Bonjour, brothers. Today we're racing in iRacing on Lime Rock Park with the BMW M4 GT4.
Okay, Q, be ready.
Oh, and I missed the start a little bit there. Well, that sounds good for a good race here. But I've been enjoying a lot of iRacing lately, and I wanted to share it with you guys. This week I have not really raced on Lime Rock Park at all. I just did a practice session beforehand, and it didn't went spectacularly well. I think it's a strange track. It's a little bit too small or something. It feels a little bit too small for this GT4 car.
Okay. We can build some
Especially after I did Bathurst on it yesterday with the IMSA Pilot Challenge. So, but I think it's still a really fun track, a really fun car as well. Because it's a D-Class license racing series, sometimes you get a little bit of crazy people in here. But I think we're gonna be great this race because nothing really spectacularly stupid has happened yet. We're just gonna work our way up to the front with a steady pace here. We're not gonna overdo it. This car tends to lock up if you overdo the braking, and it tends to spin out a little bit on too much throttle. So we gotta listen to the car, what it wants from us, and we'll do just fine and dandy. Oh! Big bump there. It's alright. But I've been enjoying iRacing very much lately because I started iRacing as an oval racer because it was you couldn't oval race like you can in iRacing anywhere else. So that's why I started with iRacing, but then oval racing became a little bit boring because it didn't take it too seriously, and if you don't take it too seriously, you're just driving laps. So I wanted a new challenge, and I started with road racing. Oh god, this is a little bit dangerous. So I started with road racing, and then I saw the Corvette C8 GTE car, and I thought that's an amazing car. I want to drive it. So B-Class IMSA racing, Haggerty IMSA thingamajig was my next goal to reach, because I'm not a very safe driver. The fast tracking through the ranks with getting my safety rating up seemed to be a little bit of a problem. So I've been just having a blast while trying to get to B-Class, and hopefully I can get there before the season ends, or definitely I'll be promoted at the end of the season, which is in like a week. So it's not really that much of a... I think I'm gonna make it. Let's just say that. Or I need to get in a lot of accidents to get demoted even, but with my comprehensive driving style, I don't think someone will be able to catch me and ram me. So I think I'm good for the promotion. But yeah, a lot of fun with iRacing, and let's try to get it a little bit more competitive here. Let's see if I can focus on the track a little bit more now that my tires are hot, or at least they're warm and sticky, and they want to drive my BMW to the finish line as fast as possible. That's something I really do like about iRacing. You really feel the difference. You really feel a lot of difference between warm and cold tires. And maybe in the new ACC update you feel it as well, but I haven't played it enough to really get a feeling for the tire, the new tire physics. So, but yeah, iRacing, it was the first sim I played where you could really feel the difference between
just done a 56.37.
cold and well-worn tires. And especially in oval racing, when you really use up those tires, oh, you
stupid man.
Ooh. He is very angry.
What? What you saying? Where you wreck?
Angry boys. But what was I saying? In oval racing, when you really use up your tires, you really get the slipping and sliding. So there I felt the biggest difference. I'm not doing too well actually here, but I'm just pacing around the track here. Having a relaxed afternoon, or at least in my country here it's evening. But yeah, we're just hanging around, shooting the shit, and just having a good old time.
Halfway home. We've got plenty of fuel.
Plenty of fuel, that sounds good. Alright. And yeah. What else do I have to talk about? I have long days at work. I am becoming better at my job, which is nice to see. Yeah, I don't really have too much to talk about there. It's really boring stuff. I'm just a CIA agent, and I take trips to foreign countries to overthrow their governments and install new puppet governments.
Yellow
But
flag.
that's just some bureaucratic nonsense. You guys don't want to hear about that. I just know you come to my videos not wanting to hear about work, just trying to shut off your mind and hear some crazy guy talk about some crazy stuff. Oh god, that is very dangerous. Talk about some stuff. So one thing, it happened in the past, and I wasn't making videos when it happened, and I desperately want to talk to you about it, but I finally did it. I have finished watching The Wire, and oh my lord, is that a good series. It is hands down the best series, TV show that I've ever seen.
Okay,
The
Q,
things
keep doing what
that
you're doing. This is
series,
spot on.
that
Forward.
show makes you feel, it's... Oh lord. The things that happen, there are funny bits, there are serious bits, there are cringy bits. And for anyone who hasn't watched The Wire, you're probably thinking, well, every show has that. Every good show has the serious, the cringy, the painful, the emotional. What's so different about The Wire? I really, it's hard to explain, but The Wire, it's a show where you see
The car behind is
more
catching.
sides
Gaps
of an
now,
issue.
0.8.
Like in the first season, it's the drug dealers versus the cops, generally speaking. And you have sympathy for the cops, which are definitely not the good guys, and you have sympathy for the drug dealers, which are definitely not only just bad guys. There are bad apples in both groups, and both groups have idiots and good guys, and you root for them all, and
Okay,
you
Q,
get why they do
just keep
what
it
they're
smooth,
doing,
no
and it's so
mistakes.
wonderfully written, and you really feel for the characters that you hang out with, and you laugh with them, and you cry with them, and you're scared for their life, and you don't want to see anything bad happen to them in this harsh world of Baltimore. But bad stuff happens all the time, and that gets really tough in season 4, where in the show The Wire, they show all sides of of crime in Baltimore. So in season 1, they just show the conflict between the police and the drug dealers, and
2 minutes
in
left.
season
2
2
minutes.
they show how the drugs get into the city via the harbor, and how criminality flourishes in the harbor and in the docks. And in season 3 you see the political side of the city, and season 4 gets terribly dark and also very, very funny and heartwarming at some times, and gut-wrenching at others, because in season 4 they include the school system, and they explain how children get roped into a life of crime, and how they join gangs, and how they're forced into joining gangs, and all that kind of stuff. And it's real problems which children are also involved in, and it's just, I think it's one of the best seasons because it's so real, and it doesn't feel preachy. It never feels preachy, that show, and it's just my all-time favorite show, and it's just amazing. Season 5, it involves the press, and
Okay, Q.
in this
Q's
way
cut
they
off your
just
fuel.
ramp up the intensity of everything, because they build on top of each layer every season, and it's like a sort, the best way I can explain it is it's a version of Game of Thrones
Sectors
set
2
in
and 3 are
Baltimore,
1.6
written
off the pace.
way
Sector
better
1 is
than
0,
Game of
1.43
Thrones.
off the pace.
And
Time's
it's
pretty
it's
consistent.
Game of Thrones in the sense that characters can just die. Nobody has plot armor, and stuff really does make sense. There's all these characters that you're following, they're part of a bigger whole, and you got to keep the devil way down in the hole. They're part of a bigger picture, and none of them, they all matter, and yeah, they all matter in the end, but the ship just keeps on floating with or without them. So it's a great series, it's a great TV show. I highly recommend it.
P4, that's the finish. Well done.
And we made it to P4 while I was talking about everything. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of the race again, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed my rant about The Wire, because I have always a lot of fun when I'm talking about The Wire. I hope to see each and every one of you beautiful baby boys next time. Thank you to Arthur Cabral and Jorik, my beautiful big boys, and the rest of my channel members. And I hope to see you in the next video. My beautiful baby boys and girls, I love you. Mwah.